Hi everyone, so before I get into today's video, I just wanted to mention a couple of things. The first thing I wanted to say is thank you to everyone for all the positive feedback that I've received. I was honestly overwhelmed by the amount of people who responded, whether it be friends, family. I also received so much support from the Parkinson support groups that I'm a part of on Facebook. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. It honestly means a lot, and I'm glad that there are people that are out there that can relate to me and will appreciate these videos. The second thing that I wanted to mention is probably more for people who don't know much about Parkinson's disease, but I just wanted to let everyone know that Parkinson's is different for everyone. Just, knowing one person with Parkinson's just means you know about that particular person's disease. Parkinson's varies person to person, the symptoms vary person to person. This is really just based on my dad. This isn't, this doesn't speak for all people with Parkinson's. I also want to clarify something. When I speak about my dad, I know sometimes I might use past tense, and it is not to be taken in a negative context. It's just because things are much different now. When I say, oh, he was like this, my dad is and always will be my dad. He is the same person deep down inside. Illness has just changed him. It's not his fault. This is Parkinson's disease. This is not only Parkinson's, the way he is now has a lot to do with the side effects from the medications he takes, which I will get into a later video. So for my videos, I don't want them to be super long. I want them to be kind of like short and sweet and simple, because I know it can be boring to sit and just watch someone talk to a camera. So I kind of want to just keep them really short, and I kind of want this to feel like we're friends. Like, you're my friend, I'm sharing my stories with you, you can share your stories with me. I kind of like the idea of just having like quick little short videos, little story here and there, some information, an experience, and then, I'm also really open to hearing what other people have to say and even asking questions. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them below. I can make a whole separate video just answering different questions that I've received, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. Obviously, I'm just going based off of my personal experience with my dad. I'm not an expert on Parkinson's disease. I don't know everything about it. So I kind of want to talk about the beginning sort of phases of when my dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's. I was about 9 years old, and my parents decided, and they thought it was best, to not tell my brother and I, which I completely understand. They didn't want to scare us, and at the time, my dad was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's, which basically means he was diagnosed at a young age. And I think it was manageable in the beginning because this disease does progress. So in the beginning, my dad didn't really show any signs, or at least not that my brother and I could physically see. I didn't notice really anything different with my dad. I just remember when I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, my parents switched roles, or switched places, I guess you could say. My dad owned a business, and it was really wearing down on him. So my mom then decided it was best that she kind of took over the business and helped him and started, going to work every day, and that my dad would stay home. So my mom definitely stepped up to the plate when she had to, and continues to step up. So I really admire her for that, because it was like one day was one thing and the next day everything just kind of switched. So my dad then stayed home, and he was taking like 2 naps a day, 2-3 naps a day. Other than the naps, I really feel like I didn't notice anything else. I just noticed that he was more tired than usual and couldn't do as many things as before, but still throughout all of my high school, he was still able to attend all my tennis tournaments, tennis matches, tennis practices. He was still able to pick me up from school. He was still able to drive. So in high school, I didn't really, I knew obviously my dad was sick. In my next video, I kind of want to talk about how I knew my dad's disease was progressing, and I will be sharing a story about that in the next video. I'll save that for next time because this video is probably already going to be too long. But I kind of want to open up about that. The first time I kind of was scared, and I, remember like, wow, like, okay, this is this is happening, you know, my dad is getting worse, and you know, what do we do next? And I think that, you know, that looks different for everyone. You know, everyone has a different timeline. Everyone progresses at different paces. So I feel like, you know, definitely my senior years when I noticed the biggest change. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to me, liked the last video. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.